The Arena Football League is coming back, and one of the 16 inaugural teams is set to play in the Buckeye State. And some reports even say they'll be coming to Cincinnati. And joining us now is Dr. Joe Cobbs with Northern Kentucky University. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sure, happy to be here.
Yeah, so how exciting would you say that this is? Are you excited about this?
I am. I mean, more sports entertainment in our marketplace, I think, is a great thing.
And so for those who are not familiar with AFL, how would you compare it? If you've been to a game, how would you say it's different from the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, you really take a lot of the football action and compact it into a smaller field and a smaller time frame as well. So it's a much different than the outdoor game, but you get a lot of the same action.
I know Cincinnati, they've seen, 5 arena football teams in the past, and it really hasn't had a lot of sticking power. So, what do you think, how do you think the city will kind of embrace this team if they do come here to Cincinnati?
Well, I think one thing that definitely helps is the success of the Bengals recently, in football. American football has caught fire again here in Cincinnati, and so there's a lot of excitement. And so I'm sure this team will sort of ride that wave a little bit.
And so do you think, I don't know if you've gone to the games, what do you think needs to kind of happen just to kind of create that excitement? I mean, just to kind of keep the games moving forward and, keeping that chatter going about it?
Yeah, I think one key will be to have some local players on the team, and I know that's been a strategy in the past with some of the teams. And I think that although, they didn't last over the long term, I still think that that's a pretty sound strategy to create some connections with the fans. And I think getting out in the communities will also be a key to raising awareness.
And you did kind of mention, right now our teams are on fire, with the Reds doing really well, the Bengals doing great, and so even FC Cincinnati. So adding another team, would you say it's a little bit fatigue, or do you think that's just a good thing, just to kind of keep this wave going?
I think it is a good thing. And I think in this case, this team won't necessarily be competing directly with kind of our major league teams, but more not just the minor league teams in the area, but also just other entertainment options. And so I think of this more as a additional entertainment option than necessarily a competitor with our major league teams.
And again, this is all happening in 2024, so this is something to keep our eyes out for?
That's correct. That's correct. And I think hopefully the ownership group, which we'll find out, I'm sure in the future, will have enough capital that they'll have investment for the first few years and allow it to gain momentum over time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. So hopefully that does happen again in 2024. Thank you, Dr. Joe Cobbs, for joining us and giving us a little bit of insight on that.